Oh, my knee. Oh, that hurt. I mean, it only tapped my knee, but it still stung a bit. As welcome back, guys, to the next episode. I don't know what that intro was of the FIFA 21 Grimsby Town to Glory episode. Either 9 or 10, I think. We are actually cooking with gas this season. We need to be as well, as we have only 3 games today, though. We're not going to be moving much in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of the league and cup, we could definitely be doing so, because the first game is a replay against Watford. If you haven't seen the last episode, go ahead and watch that, because we earned ourselves a replay against the team who bought Harper as well, our youth player from a couple of seasons ago. That is amazing to see him back in the Prem. Hope it's with us next time, as we have Fulham as well, top of the league. Those 2 games in the space of a week as well, so that is definitely going to be a hard run, as we play Bristol, who usually do well against us. But saying that, we did beat them 5-0 last time away at Ashton Gate, who also have dropped off, so hopefully is a win. And it might make it hard for the team selection in these first 2 games. But we're going to get into the press conference. First question from LW Gamer saying, try and get Reina from Dortmund because he's amazing. This one I want to wait for you guys to maybe make some more response on, because of course I've had him in a save before and I don't like to really reuse players. But then again, I didn't get him up to his full potential at Dortmund. He's going to be a bit older, so he should be kind of up to it already, or near enough in this save, 5 years on, so maybe it's worth him coming along to town. Of course, still saying that, I think he does need to be a Prem signing, not a signing in January right now, as Cole Foxton says, make Ben Osborne a left mid, as he'll become more versatile and have an option to come forward, vital to promotion charge. As yes, I think that is a decent idea. I have put him on a left wing one, of course, not left mid, so it's going to take him a bit longer, but could be a winger, you know, because Nelson hasn't really done as well as I'd want him to. Probably needs a loan. And I just had to include this message from John Welpdale saying, Ryan Kirky, Florian Wirtz, Stefano Esposito, I can't pronounce them, Omar Rekic and Josko Gvardiol. I have never heard of most of them. Rekic is at Sheffield United, he's doing really well in this save. Esposito I've looked at before, he's just completely unaffordable. Cherky I haven't checked, and Wirtz, who I had on the Dortmund save, I also haven't checked. So they are some good names to put on the list. Probably Premier League again, youth players. Don't know if they'll come to the Championship, but thank you for those. As moving swiftly on now, I don't think we'll get any business really done before this game against Watford. Maybe after, and definitely should be after the Bristol City game. Indeed. As also another thing I'm looking at here, Jonathan Lecco has gone to Parma from Birmingham, so the second place team have took a big loss in goals right there. Of course, he was the top scorer and second top scorer behind Campunzano this season, so might be good for his golden boot charge. And I have already made a team for Watford. I mean, there's only 3 days in between this Premier League Cup game and then the top of the league in the Championship. So I have rotated the team for this one. I think the league, of course, is more important. We've got to get to the promised land with Watford next season if these don't come down. So Gretton's going to be in net. Hammerlinen's at right back. Still looking for a loan deal for him, but Marsh has played too much, and still Stacey is out, with Gregerson and Pollock coming into the team as captain. He's on the loan list, but still hasn't gone, with Vokins at left back. Osborne, Jolly, or Joe Lolly in cam, with Wing in central midfield. Barry Leach, who played really good last time out, who teamed up with Jeff Gott, and Nelson on the wing. So it is definitely weaker. Do I expect a result on paper? No. Do I expect a result with that team? I think we'd be lucky for penalties or extra time, and yeah, I'm pessimistic, but I'm going to go for it. And there's his manager as well, forgot to mention that. I've actually made him a bit more rugged. He's grown the beard, he's got the hat on, because if the absolutely horrific thing happens and we don't get promoted, I'm going to get the full hair out, look like a caveman, because we've rotted in this league for too long. So yeah, once we get to the Prem, suit comes out and the hair gets cut again, so I'm looking forward to that. And I've written us out of this game, to be fair. We are at home at Blundell Park on a night, we might stand a chance. And we've got a mix of inexperience and backups, but we're facing this team with Woodman in goal. That's better than Backman. Femenia, Wilmot, Nguene and Adam Messina. Ismail Assar, Will Hughes, Nandez and Fernandez, with Harper and Perica. It looks like the better team this time round, not the weaker, of course. Last time they played a bit of a weaker side, which probably gave us that chance, of which we took getting a draw, but we should have probably won now, because this doesn't look good. It really doesn't. Going to be a challenge if we can put up with Watford, but then again, they've come from the Championship, they've done giant killing, and we've done it before. Everton, of course, as the ball's onto Nelson there, and a bit of a shove, but Femenia comes away with it. And it's Harper on the run with the ball. Still don't want him to score against us. I know he's a striker against the weak back four, but just don't let him score. Don't care what the score is, but not him, as Joe Lolly has a run down here, tries to pass the ball. It's a terrible one. The passing isn't going to be on today, but that is a great tackle, that one. Barry Leach to pick up on it. Wing with the ball round to Osborne in the midfield this time. Jeff got in front. This could be a good chance, this. Look, Jeff got across now, and oh! A rocket off the bar. We actually take the first chance, and that could have been a great goal, that one. It looks like the midfield are up for it, because they created that move. Good on them. As they've misplaced the pass as well, it's into Joe Lolly. And Jeff plays a 1-2. If he's onside, this could be good. Tried to cut back and pass it to Jeff cut back to Osborne instead. And the shot's going to go out for I don't know what it is, a throw-in, but there was a man injured in the box, and I don't know how it's been given their way. Barry Leach to get on the end of it. He's going to try and turn and give it into Lewis Wing. Might as well shoot from range, and it's very poor. I didn't really see it, to be fair, and I'm not going to look at the instant replay, but our fans screaming for a penalty for, I think it was Osborne when he took that shot that just got blocked. As Nelson on the ball as well now. Let's try and make something happen ourselves, and it's a free kick in a decent position. I see Gregerson at the front post, going to move him back on towards the penalty spot, and he gets the head, but it's going to be a corner, and Osborne unfortunately has to come off. He's got injured, so it might have been a foul in the area. You don't get injured for nothing, as that ball's whipped in again. Barry Leach on the edge of the box. Is that handball? Nothing given. I'd say we're playing the better football at the moment, to be fair, in the first half an hour, but Hammerlinen doesn't get to it. And you know what happened in the last game? One mistake, and they scored from it. They do not take any prisoners with Parecchia and the ball. The striker coming back, Nandez now. And it looks like they're just trying to create this area behind the midfield, which is typically very high, but I don't mind it that high, as Wing has the ball now, and now we can attack with it. Joe Lolly in the middle to Jeff, got onto Joanne Hove off the bench, gives it out to Nelson. We've got a run on here, just need someone in the penalty areas. Nelson's going to whip it in towards the back post, and head it away. And Ismail Assar into Parika now, onto Harper, tries to cut back, give it to Sarr now onto Hughes. It's around the corner, and please don't let them score after I've praised us. That's just usually what happens though, isn't it, as Pollock actually with a good tackle, and hopefully we can go into half-time at 0-0, but a bad pass to Will Hughes, who picks up on it again, and they're coming at us. And can we see it out? Gregerson now to Hammerlinen, round the corner onto Wing, and there we have it. Half-time, pretty decent half, you know. With the team that we've put out, I will definitely take pride in that performance, but still, halfway there, and if we've come this far, yes, I'm still going to be happy with the boys, but we can't just let it down. We could take advantage. However, it looks like Watford have come out in this second half with the passing on Fleek. Look at this. Hughes with the skills as well to try and get around us. We've fouled him slightly, but it's not going to dampen their tracks. They're playing really well at the start of this. Ben Wilmot in the defence into Hughes. They've put the pressure on us. Look how far we've dropped back now as Barry Leach comes out to put the pressure on. It's into Harper with a good skill move round to Parika, but he can't find a pass. And 20 minutes to go in this one. Harper still on all the free kicks whipped forward. Is that going to be a corner? It is. Okay, it'd be terrible to concede at a corner, as Watford have a chance to do some damage here. In towards Nelson Sarr, with a bit of a touch on it. Gretterson punches. That's decent from the youngster. He's kept a clean sheet so far, but that's a poor header from Joe Lolly to put it back in the danger zone. Wilmot has to go back though, because we are doing well defensively. I've got to give us credit. We must take credit though out of this inspired performance, as Ismail Assar does have a chance though. It'd be terrible late on, and Nandez. That passing that teams just do, I can't live with. It's like 3 quick passes straight from the right hand side into the middle, and Watford may have stole it. And this is what I mean, like Ismail Assar. Ishmael, you beauty, literally. Look at that. No one marking him in the middle. Hammerlinen has to get across to him, but doesn't. And to be fair, he's not typically a right back. And Gretterson, of course, beat him, but he's a bright spark in this team. Yes, just conceded, but 80 minutes against a Prem team in your second game isn't nothing to be shabby about, having a clean sheet in that. So, might as well go all out attack, even though we haven't really had a big chance in this game. Apart from the crossbar hit, but came against the run of play. So Lewis Wing going to try and get us back into this game, and it's a terrible pass. Absolutely terrible. He's kind of a first teamer as well. Don't expect that from him. As Freddie Woodman, don't expect that from you. Giving us another chance. Vokins is going to take this throw now into Lolly, who makes a move in the middle now to Barry Leach. Going to get this pass in, quickened up. Nelson onto Gregerson, who's flooding forward. Gregerson, poor. However, Joanne Hove with the ball in the middle. The move still stands. The other Norwegian steals the ball back. Nelson through the middle onto Matty Pollock, and Messina gets in the way. We only have less than a minute now. Win that header, Hammerlinen. and it's come off the shoulder of the Watford player. It looks like it's going to be their ball now. We're chasing the ball all the way around, but it's going to be full time, and it's a loss we don't deserve, to be fair. I'm proud of every single player, though. That is a performance we can take in our pride, because most of them players was, of course, not even in the first team or near it. So, very good showing from them, but just not to be for the cup, as it is the league anyway, which is our first choice. And I did want to win the league at the start of this season. We are 10 points off playing the team that actually stayed at top of the league, and that game against Brentford, if we would have won it, we would have been third, 1 point behind Birmingham City. So Brentford, thanks for that. Oh, and Ben Osborne, that ain't good. A toe injury out for 3 months. That is not good at all. He looked okay, but then again, Jack Stacey returned, so at least we've got one fullback back for one who's got injured. Still would rather not have him injured. And after a decent showing, we are back to a fully fit, apart from Hove, who had to come on for the injury. Starting 11 to take on top spot. Forster in the goal, Marsh, Mark Gahey, Ivan and Mola in the defence, with Pope, Dowell and Hove. Them two need swapping around with Sorescu, Campunzano and Semenyo to take on Fulham at home. This is a big one. And how do Fulham line up? Bettinelli in goal, Distiglio, Congolo's back in England. I think he were at Huddersfield, wasn't he? With Mawson and Kakase. Reed, Lees Milou sitting with Tozolis, Martin and Puado, with Petkovic up front. It's a team that's usually played, but that defence should be in the Prem. Alfie Mawson's dropped off, I think, in real life as of late, but still, he was a hot prospect at one point, and that looks a decent lineup. Then again, our team is worthy of beating anyone on its day, so we're going to try and do exactly that. Mola with a run forward here in the middle. Of course, we're going to make it a hell as well when they play at our place. Into Dowell. Campunzano now looking out wide, and the intents there as Ivan Conce Alciano steals the ball. They've actually scored the most goals in the league as well this year, which is quite a shock, because our front three, when you look at the ratings of them, should have so much more goals than they actually do. Still, we're not going to let play on his minds too much right now, because we need to try and get them to actually function more than just saying stats. As Dow with a great turn there, Kieran Dow with a chance, and he just couldn't get it through bodies. And Nenad Petrovic, oh, gives it to Josh Martin. It could be one. It is one. Fulham take the lead. It's a chip on the 20th minute after being the better team on chances. It just takes one for Fulham to get into it. It was through one-on-one with a terrible defensive positioning line from our defence. And we have made to pay. Look at Conde. Conde Al Solado should have that all day long. Forster has to come out because Josh Martin's one-on-one with him, and he just dinks him. If that's a younger keeper, he probably saves it, but still, not going to put that much blame on Fraser. It was one-on-one, and it was left stranded. Absolutely terrible goal to concede that one is, as now we need to try and go again. It's Dowell out wide to Dejan Sorescu. Try and find someone in the middle. He does pass it straight to Victor Campunzano. Around to Sorescu again. So we haven't got his heads down at least. And we don't want to go 2 down because that would be terrible. Dowell with the ball back now to Hove. On to Campunzano. Out wide to Semenyo to whip one in. It looked decent. Just blocked. But I've got faith we can get back into this one. Semenyo with a cook around into the middle now, onto Brandon Pope. Sorescu, get out here, please. There we go. That's where I wanted him to be. Sorescu across the box, and he's been given us a penalty. Alfie Mawson with the handball, and I told you he was dodgy in real life. Same here, as that has been punished. Good refereeing. Let's have a look. I think it was, because we had a cross in the middle, and yep, he tries to bluff it with his knee. No way has that hit your knee. It's hit your hand, mate, as it's against Bettinelli. Campunzano against Bettinelli. And I actually went to go down the middle there. Very lucky that it still spiralled into that bottom right because Bettinelli stayed in his net. But we'll take it. Campunzano levels the goal we deserved. It's just a shame it isn't the goal putting us in the lead. Penalty spot from Victor to get it equal. And Puado with the ball on the wing right here. This wing is very tricky to tackle. Into Lees Milou though. And Fulham, they're going to score, aren't they? Yep. We just let him score. Why is his defence so bad? Immediately after, not even a second to catch my breath, and Lees Milou just puts it straight across the box. Why is his defence all stood back? It's Johan Hove chasing him. He's the central midfielder, but Mark Gahey and Ivan are just stood in the middle, keeping the man on side, and it is terrible. It is absolutely terrible to see. So now Fulham have scored again, and we need to try and go again. I mean, we've just scored a penalty, and then that happens. absolutely woeful. However, we've got a gap in the middle here. Dejan Serescu. Imagine if we scored right here. That would be good again. As Dejan Serescu tries to find someone on the edge, gives it to Marsh. Now in the middle to Hove. Turns. You never know. We could get something straight away from their goal. Johan Hove across to Dowell. Can he make a run in Woods here? I mean, he's got nowhere to go. He has to pass it back to Hove, and it was a dodgy ball, and he's going to get it stole. Just a shocking game all round us. Martin even has a chance to make it more, and he scuffed the chance completely. It is woeful at the back from our defence. Do I do something with the line? I think I must, because this line at the back is just letting every single thing past it. It's 2-1 to Fulham at half-time, and if it weren't for a penalty, we would be now 2-0 behind, and that would not be good. So, changes. I don't know if there's actually anyone who'd strengthen this team. Only Stacey, but he's still a bit on a knock. And I'm not going to change the centre-backs. Even though they've done bad, I don't want to risk that right now, as we need to get the attacking options working better. And Fulham on the ball straight away into Martin. Stole by Pope. Great work. And Serescu to go forward. Right, Camponzano, I'd like better runs from you, please, as of late. Yes, you're top scorer, but the runs he's made have been quite poor. That's a better one from Hove, though. If he can get onto the end of it, and Distiglio, he's too good for this league. Petkovic in the middle now, onto Josh Martin. We've got a tackle in, it falls straight back to him, and oh my god, Ivan. I'm bringing you off. I don't even want to watch the replay. He is coming off the field. That is absolutely terrible defending. You're benched for life. In a game we really don't want to lose, our centre-back, youth prospect, my backside, makes a mistake like that. It's terrible. He doesn't kick the ball when I ask him to, and Josh Martin, the ex-player, gets to punish us again. Fulham going to win this league. It's just poor football at the end of the day. No good stuff being played on this field today, so it just isn't working. Semenyo's going to try and get us a goal back, though, with a good ball onto Victor Camponzano. We can't find a cut in, but we've given it to Dejan Serescu. Look how many defenders they've got back. And he still makes a tackle, which is perfectly clean. Our defenders would never. And Luke Jeffcott chasing this ball down, and their player even got the ball through my player's legs who was on it. It's not even Jeffcott, it's Dowell. I know I've put Jeffcott on, but I don't know where. The team just looks all over the place, trying to fight for a goal, and we've snapped a player in the meantime there. Lise Milou, he's done fantastic this game, and he's even won a throw-in. So Dejan Serescu round the corner to Dowell. Across now into Luke Jeffcott. Around to Semenyo. Has to score. And the goalkeeper makes it. Maybe I'm hyping Forster up too much, because Forster don't do that. That should be an instant goal, that. But Semenyo has absolutely messed up a glorious chance. That might be worthy of a sub-in, as Serescu, still 82 rated. He's doing horrible in this league. And it's Puado on the ball here into Joshua King that they've even brought off the bench. You mean that team is stacked, actually, when you think about it. Into Sergio, and Sergio Oliveira makes it 4-1. Fulham are the best team. No lingering doubts about who's won the league now. They'll go clear of Birmingham, definitely clear of us, as we need to chase second. It's second that we're chasing with all our heart now, as Sergio Oliveira has punished us. And is it full time? No, we're going to actually carry on a little bit longer, as we have 4 put passes at home. 4 in a game that we really didn't want to mess up. And there's the final whistle. Just quality prevailed in the end, and we need to think about what we're going to do with our lives in this division, because it will be this division we're in next season if we don't snap out of it. So, on to Bristol City, which actually is a midweek game as well, which I did not know. And they are actually back on form. They dropped out of the playoffs temporarily, further down than you'd actually expect them to drop as well, but now they're back in 6th place. So this game has a lot riding on it. They could be 1 point behind us, which would be terrible. And away at Ashton Gate, I actually don't fancy his chances, as you can see right here, I have changed the formation. And yes, it's back to a very, very basic one, but I feel like we need to get the basics right. If you get where I'm coming from, get the basics right to get up to the Prem. When we get to the Prem and survive there and can do stuff, then we can experiment but get more players in, change the style back to a style we want to play, because 4-4-2 football probably isn't the most pretty as football, but right now it's about results. We weren't playing pretty football anyway. So here is the team. We've got Forster in goal, still going down, with Stacey at right back. He's coming back in with a plaster, but full fitness. Mark Gehi, Ivan and Mola. Actually, I'm going to take Ivan actually out for that. He needs punishing, so Gregerson instead. Dowell at left midfield. He can play there with Hove and Pope as the central midfielders, and Dejan Serescu as the right mid, with Camponzano and Semenyo up front, who's wasted a lot of chances, but hopefully in the right position. can do the business. And Bristol City got Rochette in net. No, Dan Bentley, who's benched, with Hunt, Sandler, Callas, Moore and Jay De Silva at left wing back. Masiengo in the midfield, Palmer and Holmes with Mobele and Peter Gonzalez. Never heard of him, named after a bread, in fact. Don't know if that's actually a fact as well, so don't take that as fact. As Hove tries to win the ball right there, onto Sadlier. Now onto Mobele, as Sadlier is going to try and walk forward here. And a great save from Fraser Forsters. Bristol start the better. Boys, snap out of it pronto, because we'll end up slipping into the relegation places in the second half of the season if this keeps up. It is absolutely woeful as Palmer looks for a man, and we've ended up coming away with it. Semenyo to start running down this wing against his old club. Should be a striker, but ended up on the wing as he goes to switch the ball. It's a good switch, but De Silva cuts it out. And I guess if this works as well, maybe we need to start preparing for a 4-4-2 formation, if you get what I mean, like signing players who might go into the 4-4-2. As Stacey gives the ball away, and it's hit the post. Bristol City knocking on this door pronto. I mean, they want revenge for the 5-0, understandably, but we need a win to get out of this rut that we are on. 2 defeats today, as Semenyo tries to make a run, but the 5 at the back shatters us. And don't worry, guys, when I change the formation, I do change the tactics to try and agree with that formation. So this one I've gone for a bit of a further back line, not out wide as much, try and get it down the centre and force goals, as it doesn't look to be working so far. Maybe it does need changing at half-time, because it's all Bristol City in the middle now, try to chip us. However, as the song says, we love it when the chips are down, as it's into Campunzano. Got a run of Hove, who doesn't really run, but Semenyo now through the middle against his former club, playing striker for the first time, and it's straight at Rochette. Had to be better. And Semenyo with the ball here finds a run of Nick Pope, or Brandon Pope, as it's off the post and in. Out of the blue, we have scored. It's usually the other team who scores when I don't expect it. And this guy, who was our worst at shooting literally a month ago, has turned out to get the most goals this month. And I don't know how he got one against Brentford and one right now. Oh no, of course Jeff got the most goals, a hat-trick. But still, this guy could not do anything. Couldn't hit a barn door for ages, and now the captain, or once was captain, focusing on his football. Now the captain's armband is off, and focusing on getting more goals. It's 1-0 us. So quite proud of that one. We have not been in this game so far. To supposed to score on the counter is a good feeling. I mean, Semenyo should have scored. Yeah, fair enough, but they have been the better side, as Campunzano has a ball round. Semenyo working as a striking 2 now, but that chemistry isn't just forced upon you. You've got to try and make it, as they tried to make it. Didn't work, but what's worked, the formation. I mean, we've been under a lot of pressure, but took our chance, and we find ourselves 1-0 up. Fulham losing as well, so we could be back into the race if all goes well. Although we need to try and step it up. They do seem like scoring. We don't. So, yeah, maybe it is ugly football that gets us the win. Ugly, ugly 4-4-2 football. I don't think I've ever played this formation. Did I play it in the first season? I don't think I did. I think I played 4-3-3. So, yeah, this is the actual first time using 4-4-2. And maybe it can work. Maybe it can be the foreseeable future one, as Hove has a ball now onto left-back Mola, who doesn't get to go far forward anymore, because of course we've got a left midfielder who has to sit back more, as Dowell's got a good run on here and wins a corner. And Peter Gonzalez with the ball now in the middle to Dwayne Holmes. Going to get the pressure on, running forward at them. Now it's gone to, I think that's Casey Palmer. Goretzka's gone to City as well. That's an interesting fact I don't care about. Still an hour to go, and Bristol City haven't really threatened in this second half. Probably until now, though, when I've just said it. Peter Gonzalez does a step over Mark Gehi, and they've got a shot through, but Forster does deal with it. Lewis Wing now to come on for the tired Hove, who has played 3 consecutive games because of that injury in the first one to Osborne, who's still out. As Serescu, not a good clearance. And I mean, it never ever struck a hand. Never. Penalty to Bristol. And this handball's getting silly now. It's like VAR's in the Championship. Don't like it. And it just was a deflection. I mean, if he would have hoofed the ball the first time when I asked him to, away from the man, it would have been clear. So it's a chance for Bristol City to get themselves back in the game. But Forster saves. And we are still doing well against the run of play to hold on to this win. Maybe this is the luck turning around. You never know. We do need it to turn around, as Gregerson hoofed that away, and he has got it away. In fact, he's got it onto Pope, who's got a good run away, and He's going to give it in the middle now to Campunzano. Semenyo got a run behind him of Wing, who's just come on. Looks for Dowell. It's usually Dowell through the centre. Now playing on the left of midfield and not doing too bad as Dowell across net. He's hit the post. And oh, Callas with a howler. And we have got a 2-goal advantage from Dowell on the wing. That was very lucky. Maybe the luck is in. They miss a penalty. And then we score the scrappiest goal of all. Another goal off the post, but courtesy of Thomas Callas, who, yep, you see, you can just see he's trying to clear it, but comes off his shin and into his own net. We needed that luck. Looks like we've got a new style, boys. The 4-4-2. I said it was ugly football. Yes, there have been 2 really scrappy goals as well, but still, I don't mind it, you know. Scrappy goals, ugly goals, but we've done really well to get them, as we've got the ball here with Jack Stacey as well. It adds to our counter-attacking football as well, having 2 up front. And Stacey doesn't win that though, but I don't care. Bristol City completely been dominant in this game. Missed a penalty though and conceded 2 of the worst goals. So, I'll have it. I'll definitely have it. I don't know if it's down to formation, but I'll take it. As Semenyo could add to it though. And if it's 3-0, it looks convincing, doesn't it, on paper? As Semenyo against his old team and blasts it past Rochette. The boos ring around Bristol City when the ex-man scores, and he is not respecting them. Actually doing a handstand. Love it, Semenyo, and 8-0. 8-0 on aggregate against Bristol City, you know. Very, very decent. 3-0 again with 2 strikers up front. It might be the way to go. Casey Palmer, though, they're looking still for a consolation as what a tackle from Lewis Wing. Tries again, and that's a poor one, but nothing actually given. No Dowder to run. I think the referee's actually niced us a bit. I mean, the penalty was controversial, but niced us with fouls as it's into Mubwele around the corner. They still can't get past our defences. It seems like we're their bogey team a bit. Stacey with it to clear. On to Dejan Sorescu. Looks to get it up, but absolutely to no one. In 3 added minutes, referee. I want a clean sheet, and that does not help towards the course as Mubele's tackled, though. On to Mark Gehi. On to Campunzano now. He has a run in front of him, but isn't going to get a chance to give it. As we win 3-0 away from home at Ashton Gate. And that's the first time we've won there in a while. Proud of the boys. Very proud of you to bounce back after a thrashing in the last one. And I want to see the scores on the doors before we get to deadline day. And maybe some transfers as what has happened elsewhere. Come on. Show me the money. We have actually decreased the gap between us and Birmingham to 2 points. Crystal Palace running away with it now with 6. And Fulham must have drawn. So we actually are a step closer, but we could have been closer. We could have been 7. Actually, no, 6 points behind them now if we would have won the game against them. But, of course, that's not to be now. And we find ourselves 11. Actually, no, that doesn't really work out, does it? I don't know the maths. At least we've put ourselves away from Bristol City as Norwich jump into the playoffs. Wouldn't like to play them in a playoff game. They've got a very strong team on paper. But then again, we have had us luck as we need to look into the transfer window. Should have scouts coming back any moment. One thing that has surprised me about this month, no bids for anyone. Not even Dejan Sorescu's 20 million release clause paid. As we get a loan offer here from Sporting Lisbon for Jake Vokins. That is perfect. A destination for you. Go and enjoy your football there. And you're going to scream at, me, Max. Stop buying defenders, but I think I've got 2 on the list right here who look pretty good. The first one I'm going to go for, I think I'm going to leave Watmore till later. Maybe can come in. Although we've got a lot of centre-backs. Ben Mee. He's only going to go down in rating. Yes, I know. But he's going to be cheap. And he's going to be experienced. Like I say, yeah, I know I should bring youth in. But they're coming through the academy. So we've got to mix them. As there's the manager as well with his cap on. We're going to offer 2 million for Ben Mee. He's aged in Sassuolo. So don't walk out on me. As they want George Marsh. I don't want to take that at all. Please, just agree with the money. I'll up it even. I'll up it to 2.5. Not 3.5. 2.5. For the Burnley, I think he's Burnley born, centre-back, and they accept. I just don't think this guy should be at Sassuolo at all as well, if I'm honest. So we're going to offer him an important role. 1 year, yes. I only want him like Forster for a bit of experience. Release clause, no. I will accept. And yes, I might be paying 2 million for nothing. We have no money problems, as we'll even pay that wage straight away. Ben Mee joins the club. Yes, brought in for experience, but actually could maybe make an impact. Gregerson hasn't been playing well at all. Same with Ivan, so we do need another centre-back. We've got Pollock, who I really want a loan for. I want to keep him at the club, but he just isn't really tip-top to the championship. So Ben Mee and Mark Gehi as a partnership, you never know. He's tall, and his defensive stats are tremendous compared to anyone else. So we're going to deadline day here. Looks like no one spent a penny apart from us. So to be fair to you, I think it will only be outgoings as actually, what do you call them? Fulham's got a lot out. Willian Jose and Tosin Adrabayeyo. Cardiff spent a bit of money. We've only brought Ben Mee and sold Traore for nothing. Sam Byram's been bought, but nothing else happening. So outgoings is the focus. We've got an offer here straight away. We've got 2 transfers offers and the loan thing done. So Matty Pollock, it's a loan to buy. I'm going to delegate that, of course, for a normal loan. Get him out. I wanted to do that. They want a short term for Vokins. That is perfect. But Mark Gay, 15 million and Gregerson 4. Now, he told me to offload Gregerson, and I'm sorry, Johan Hove, you might be without your Norwegian mate, because Gregerson, you've done well for us. It's an improvement in his career as he's going to depart for Benfica, so I'm going to accept that straight up. 29, yes, he's a goal player, I know, but Mark Gehi, he's a starter, but I'm going to delegate it. Maybe a stupid move selling him, but money is tremendous, and it talks, it makes me think. As 20 million is the lowest I would ever sell him for. So I'm going to start with the lowest. If they negotiate, we will not go through with it, as 15.5 is not good. I'm going to offer it again. I'm going to say it 3 times, if so, as 20 million is your lowest. I will hopefully not go any lower. They'll come back with 15 again. I'll go with 17.5 actually. I know I said I wouldn't go any lower, but I'm just curious as they're going to storm out. Right, we'll keep him. I was opening to let him move on with his career, go to a big Champions League club in Porto, but you've got to pay the price. You've got to pay the price, and he hasn't moaned, has he? So we've got another thing in the office here. Is this a transfer offer? It doesn't look like it. It's Gregerson leaving, as there should be some offers in here. Deadline day is making everything happen. We've got the loan offer for Pollock going to a short term. That is acceptable. Going to Argentina. Very unrealistic, as Vokins has gone to Sporting. And another offer, what's this going to be? Mark Gehi again, PSV. Are these going to speak some sense? Everyone after Mark Gehi, which he's 78 rated. He's way too low for the Championship. So, I want to be realistic. If there's a team that's higher up, these are in a top division, I will be open to letting him go. So, I'll do the same. 20 start off with, 17.5 second this time round, because I'm going to give him more of a chance. But they've walked away straight away. Jeez. And another offer. This one's Mark Gehi, but this one's a player swap. I mean, who's this guy? Jeez, that name. I don't think I could get him for his name. Dursan Jaime Laforte Beretta. I mean, it looks okay, but of course I'm going to negotiate it for more money. I don't want any more players. I am content, not happy, but content with my squad for another half of year. So, Carlos Carvajal, do us a deal here, remove that player and pay us the fee of 17.2. I'm giving you a very good offer there. Please accept it. They want to swap a player again, which I am just not open to at all. So 15.5, that's what everyone offers. If you don't take that, you are not a good person, as he doesn't. Please, take it. I am giving you the best offer. Other teams were willing to pay this. Take it. Just take it. And if we get another offer in for him, I would not be surprised. I won't be surprised at all. There's nothing in the first hour. Is there going to be one in the second hour? No, there isn't. Is it going to come down to the last hour? We've had 3 bids, all rejected for Mark Gehi. Is he going to leave at the last chance? We've got 7 letters to look at. And if there's none in here, I am very, very peculiar twisted. I don't know what that was. It was a transfer release clause. I didn't look at it. No. However, we've got an offer in for Marsh. 13 or 3.15. That's a bit of a weird number. We're going to reject that. I want to keep him here. And Brick, a loan deal. Okay, I will definitely let him go out and loan to Oviedo. Go out there. I can't remember what that was. Was it? It might have been Dayan. He's the one with the release clause. I think it was Dayan Sarescu. And we haven't had time to get a replacement in. They've paid it on the final day, of course, to make it worse for us. So this may be... I don't think it'll go through, though. I think it'll go through in the summer transfer window. So that's decent. We'll have time to get a replacement for Dayan Sarescu, who will leave the club. I mean, possibly Maloney. I did switch him to a right wing, so he could make the difference. We've got Nelson as well. We've got Jeffcott or Burker we could put back there. The possibilities are endless, as this video is not endless though, because this is going to mark the end of it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, because we want to keep on progressing. Almost at 1.3k subscribers, which is amazing. And I will see you all in the next episode, where we hopefully will kick on with this season and use this new formation to benefit us in the league. I've been MWS and peace.